guys, and welcome back to Dauntingly Diana. I've got you on my desk again today. I'm going to do a quick kind of intro and a couple little things I want to talk about, and then I'm going to let you go to voiceover Diana so I can listen to some music, because that's the only this is the only time I get to listen to music other than driving. Okay, so I wanted to show you, since we did coloring pictures last week, and or the last video, sorry, it turns out to be every 2 weeks. I have such a terrible time getting these videos out sometimes, and it's hard too because I just started a new job, so trying to get myself all situated up there in my office and stuff, and we're just ready to go on the phones now, so it's going to be interesting. Anyways, I did the past 2 nights on the phones, and this is my first day off since then, and Monday we're going to be going at it, so fun. Anyways, I wanted to show you, I was up cleaning up my office and I found some things, and I wanted to show you these coloring pictures from my last job. We had, when we were in training, we did lots of coloring, and anyways, I said I was not very good at coloring, but I'm not bad, you know? I'm just not good at shading and all that kind of stuff, so this is one of my favorites. I loved doing this one. So much fun. And yeah, it turned out pretty good. I love it. And then I've got this one that I just kind of like, I wasn't finished it, I was working on it at the time and then just kind of left it. I have a hard time with plants and flowers and stuff. I'm always like, I don't know, like, I don't know what actual colors exist in flowers, you know, because I'm not big on flowers and stuff, but yeah, and I love the way that these ones have like a little bit of creepiness on them, like the spider web, and this one's got like shaped in a skull, but it's all vegetation and stuff. Anyways, yeah, I find I run out of ideas for colors, and then I'm just like, meh, especially when there's 8,000 different kinds of greens in there, you know? Anyways, but this one was my favorite, and I had this one up on my desk when I was working, and I wanted to do something with a night sky, so look at that, like, it looks so cool. Did a great job. Not to pat myself on the back or anything, that's one of the best coloring pages I've ever done. But yeah. So I just need to get better at shading and things. I'm not great at that kind of stuff. Like I said, and I don't know how to like, how different colors go together, you know, like I'd have to learn some stuff about that before I really get into it. But you know, coloring like this is fun too. And just having fun the way you want to do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be like an artist to be able to color a picture, you know? Something we've all been doing since childhood. Anyways, I wanted to show you those because I found them upstairs and I was like, hey, I'm actually not that bad at coloring. So as you can see, I've got a little setup here, and we're all our biggest critics, aren't we? Anyways, as you can see, I've got myself set up here with some things. I really just kind of went through all my stuff and I'm like, what have I not worked with that I want to work with? And what do I want to do? Like, I'm just trying to get some inspiration, I guess, from the things that I have. And I also have some little pieces here that I wanted to show you too. So as you can see, I have some wooden letters up here. This is my Addison sucks note. That's for, if you don't know, I have Addison's disease. It's a chronic illness. It's autoimmune disease. And I just found out 2 years ago that I had it. And yeah, so it would have been 2 years ago in January. Right. Oh my God, wow, time flies. Anyway, so I'm taking medication for it now, and I have my good days and my bad days, but mostly been good lately, which is awesome. And I think that's because I took a lot of stress out of my life. And if you don't know, Addison's disease definitely deals with a lot of, like, your body not being able to know what to do when in stressful situations. So, so yeah, I'm happy to be where I'm at now. I'm not hating the job. The job's not too bad. You know, the people that I've spoken to so far on the phones have been really nice. I haven't had any issues. But yeah, so things are going a little better, and it's way less stressful than my last job. I will give it that. Okay, so I have some things. I want to make some little heart and different kinds. I mean, heart for Valentine's Day, even though I'm not a big fan of Valentine's Day, guys. And I also have this Valentine's Day set of sparkles and things with hearts and all kinds of good stuff in there, so we'll use those. I have some little cute little pink hearts that I've not used yet that I want to give a try and see how they go. And then this like cool sparkly stuff. You guys have seen these before on one of my hauls. They're like They are sort of hollow with a pinkish look to them, so it'll look nice in a Valentine's Day piece. I also have these little teeny tiny little bezels, closed bezels, and I want to make some, use these in those. Oops, I'm so bad at showing you guys stuff on the camera. There you go. Sorry. Let's try that there. There we go. And I think I'm going to use the lips with the blood coming down, like the vampire lips. Those are cool. Maybe a handprint, I don't know. The handprints are cool as well. And then I also have, I've got some bats. I've got this cool looking little, almost like a vintage looking woman. I'm going to cut her into a circle and put her into this closed bezel. I think that'll look really cool. I also have in this one, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, there's a hollow clock in there and some like cogs and things that are very steampunk, so it's very hard to see, but once we get the resin in there it should be okay. I don't have a lot of resin. We're going to be working with UV resin today. Obviously these are smaller pieces, so it's going to be fine for UV resin. I have to do another, I have to order some more, and now that I am working and have money, regular money coming in, I can put in an order for that and some other things. We might do a haul soon. Yeah, what are some other things I wanted to do? Oh, I brought these little, they're little roses, silk roses, I guess, or I don't know what you would call them. I'm not really sure. They're really cute. Anyways, they're tiny. I've always wanted to use them on something, and I was thinking about using them on chokers and stuff, but I thought maybe I could put them in one of these bezels, or maybe just even make just little earrings out of them. I probably could do that, couldn't I? Anyways, we'll talk about it. We'll think about it, figure out what we're gonna do. And then I have these wooden letters that I want to paint, and then I want to put some resin on the bottom and stick them in. It looks like I just chose some random letters, but these letters mean something to me. They're people's initials in my life, and yeah, and that's me. So I'm going to do those ones up. I'm not going to probably give them to those people unless they want them. 2 of them are males, so they probably don't want to have those ones. But anyways. So yeah, oh, and I wanted to show you guys these pieces I made. This like black moon is so shiny and so pretty. I think I'm gonna use it on one of my, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Focus! Focus, focus. Anyway, so shiny and cool. I'm gonna use them on one of my coffins, I think. As like on the top, like I did with this one over here. Sorry, I'm gonna show you guys this one that I made. It's got the cool moon on the top. I'll probably make another one like that. It's very galaxy-like, and it's a little box that you can put some jewelry or anything you want to put in there in. So, very cute. I'm not sure how much I'm going to sell those for, but we'll figure that out when the time comes, because it's taking forever for me to get the store open. Anyways, nice and shiny. I'll put that away now so we can give ourselves some room. I'm struggling with these pieces. These ones are very hard for me to do. Just trying to keep the 2 colors separate from each other is difficult. So there's always some bleeding that happens. These are some of my like not so good. I mean, this one's pretty good. I could probably do something with that and just cover up those little blips on the side. This one's bleeded into it too much. It's a little bit of a mess. So I may be able to fix it, but I probably won't. I'll probably just try another one. And then this one turned out pretty good, but it's not really shiny. It's just kind of matte looking. But that might just be the mold. I'm not sure. Focus. There we go. Yeah, see, there's some sparkle in there. Oh my god, Diana. There's some sparkle in there, and it's pretty. The colors are pretty separate from each other. It's just not very shiny and pretty on that black. But I mean, I could maybe fix that by putting a top coat on it. But the colors stayed pretty separate on that, so it looks pretty good. And then I tried to do a red one like that, but the red seemed to want to just not work for me. Focus. I mean, it's okay, but not as pretty. And yeah. So I gotta keep practicing on those ones, but it is what it is. These were my best ones for with the 2 separate colors. This is my ribcage. They're both rib cages actually, and they turned out really well. So you just have to keep practicing, and eventually you can get it. And this is the best one, I think. No, it's got a little bit of a cave in there, but it looks pretty darn good. There we go. Takes so long to focus. I'm like, what's that word? Focus, Diana, focus. There we go. And last piece was this pointing finger. I want to make it into a earring, so I guess it would go this way because it's got the little hole at the top where you can put the hook through. So I made like galaxy on the back with some sparklies. She's a little see-through as well. And then the white part actually turned out really well on this one, so excited to make those into earrings. I want to make another one, obviously, the same color. Hopefully I can get that to work. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna throw some music back on and we're gonna get to making some cool things. And voiceover Diana is going to take over. Okay, bye everybody! Okay guys, the voiceover Diana here. So I've got this first little bit. I didn't show like mixing of the colors and stuff like that because you guys know like sort of how to do that. All I did was mix a little bit of tiny bit of paint and some red sparkles in this. And like I said, it's UV resin, so we're just putting a thin coat on the bottom of the closed bezel. And I love this red, it turned out so good. Also, I do this on pretty much every single one. I get a little bit of resin on the side, so yeah. I try not to be messy, but sometimes it just happens. Okay, now it's going under the lamp, and it's finished. Oh, no, wait, this is the, I need to put the D in it. This was kind of fun, you just kind of drop it in and hope for the best. This one worked perfectly. The next one that you'll see, it ended up turning out nicely, but I made a little faux pas at the beginning, and you'll see when we get there. So that's my beautiful D. Those are my favorite colors, red and black. Now I'm mixing up some white with some sparkles. Now that white was just mica powder, and the sparkles are like that hollow type sparkles. And then mix, 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 mix. There we go. Now also showing you, I made black here. Again, just some black. I used a little bit of black paint, I think, for that. Whichever way I ended up doing it, it came out a little see-through. And I add some mica powder to it later. So there's our finished D. All done. Isn't it magical how quickly it happens? It's just like, boom, it's done. Now this little heart here that you're seeing, this is my Valentine's Day piece. These little hearts were so annoying. So they have one side that's like sort of concave, and the other side was flat, so I had to keep the concave part underneath, and you see me flipping them around and they go flying off in every direction sometimes. And yeah, at this point I'm like, I'm just picking it up and bringing it closer to me so I can get it done. And then I'll show you the finished piece here in a couple of seconds. They do end up looking really cute though. I almost wonder if it would have been better for me to put the UV resin on there and then just fix them in there like that, because it might have just worked out easier. But anyways, in the end, it all turned out. Now see here, I'm pouring out those cute little hollow hearts. They are white with a little bit of hollow on them. They're so hard to pick up. Here's me struggling. The struggle's real, people. And then it goes flying, and then we have to pick it up again.
So there's a couple of pieces like this that were a little frustrating to get going, and it was a little tedious, but I ended up getting there and I ended up really liking the end product, so it was worth it. No, I'm like, that's enough. I did my little... Oh, yeah. So I fixed it all around. Everything's fixed. Now we're working on this new piece. I'm using my black in here. Now I didn't notice the clearness of this black in this piece, obviously, because you don't see the back part because it's black. And so it kind of just worked out that way. And there you see me drop in the Z, but you can see that it's upside down. Like the longer part is at the top and I need it to be at the bottom. So now I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And I'm like flipping it over. There we go. At least it wasn't the part that I got in paint. Like I didn't have to flip it over that way. So yeah, it all worked out good. Now I'm just gonna straighten it out with this toothpick. Get a little bit of resin on that Z, then take it off with my thinner. And under the lamp it goes. All right, now we're working on another piece with black in it. I think this is the part where I realized that it's quite see-through, maybe not. I think it was the heart that we were working on that I was working on. Why do I say we? It's just me. You guys are working with me. So yeah, using this toothpick method was quite lengthy, but if I pour things, I tend to pour a little too much and it ends up going everywhere, so I just wasn't having that. So I went with the toothpick method, although one piece does go everywhere and you'll see that in a little bit. That one goes under the lamp. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera. I didn't realize that it was shaking that much when I moved it. All right, now we're putting our little clear coat on the top of this Valentine's Day piece so we can finish it up. Clear coat makes everything nice and shiny and keeps our little hearts in place. And then there's our finished black piece that we're gonna add this is the one that I'm gonna make a steampunk sort of theme on. So it's got the clock, it's gonna have the clock, the cogs and things like that in it. And our heart's going to the lamp for its final cure. And there we have our little clock piece that we're gonna put on our closed bezel with the little bit of UV resin in it already, and you can see me putting in the little cogs that I got. These cogs and gears and things I got from AliExpress. And there were some little teeny tiny ones here, so you see me struggle with those a little bit. But this piece turned out really nice as well. I actually really enjoyed doing this one. I probably will do a couple more like it. Or similar, at least. So yeah, it kind of doesn't look like anything's going on here, but I am picking up those little teeny tiny gears and putting them up over in the corner there. Well, it's not really a corner. You can't have a corner on a circle, I guess. Over on the left-hand side. And there we go. All sped up and get them in there. And then we're putting some UV resin on to, that was the one that went everywhere. I was like, ah! So these closed bezels have, they have that little piece at the top where the string goes through. The easier way to do it would be to push the little part at the top off to the side so it lays flat. If not, you end up with a little bit of a a diagonal on an angle, and then your resin comes out. Now we're putting some white. We're going to do another one of our letters. I just really loved all three of these colors inside of these black pieces. It just looked perfect. And 4 actually, we're getting to number 4 here soon. And then this one was annoying because it kind of overfilled a little bit on top and went over the side. Oops, I'm sorry. It kind of filled over the top and went off to the side, and then I had to clean it off of that sort of the filigree part on the side, and it was really annoying. Don't overfill. What are you gonna do with that? It's not fun. There. So it did take me a little while to get that. I mean, this is sped up and I'm like, the struggle. But it was all worth it in the end. All of the pieces turned out great. Then we'll get that one under the lamp and we will pull out our finished, and then we'll get out our finished heart. Okay, so those are 3 finished pieces so far, and then we're moving on to the next couple of pieces. And there's our finished white piece. Turned out quite nicely. And our finished steampunk piece. That was one of my favorite ones. I think it turned out quite well. Now I made this cool little green out of some of Nerdy Crafter's paints, so I used the really neat green that I used on the Z. It turned out a little darker because the wood was absorbing some of the paint and some of the pigment, but it still turns out really nice. I love that like cool green look. I also would like to do the same with the purple, but that will be for another day because those are like shiny. And I did have some green sparkles that I put in there as well. So a thin layer of the green. Now we're going to drop our G down in there. Boom. Then you just kind of move it around to where you want it. And into the lamp it goes. You can see I struggled a little bit with picking them up. I didn't want to tip them over because, you know, all the resin would come out. So now here's this little sort of vintage face that I'm going to be putting in. I sort of failed with this one, guys, but it still turned out okay, just not as well as I wanted it to. But you'll see. Stay tuned. And there's our finished G. And we have now cured the white on there, and you can see I'm gonna put this vintage base on. Now I struggled with this because I didn't get it right in the middle where I wanted it to be, and it was really hard to pick up and put back on. So I just had to kind of leave it where it is. And you'll see I use my sharp pointy thing to just kind of get the pieces that were like overlapping over top onto the like filigree part of the bezel, closed bezel. And then I'm really not happy with it because I am kind of a perfectionist, unfortunately. So I'm like, oh, I'm so mad at myself right now. And I'm trying to pick off the little pieces. I do end up with like, it looks nice at the end, but yeah, like I said, I wanted the face to be lower down, so. More centered would have been nice, but it happens. But I really enjoyed how it was kind of satisfying to cut those little pieces, and then they just kind of like flicked off at the end of the box cutter, or the whatever you call it, sharp pointy thing. I only know what is that now from Nerdy Crafter, so there's that. Alright, now we're doing our clear coat on top of this lady's face. And you guys know the deal with this. We're just going to put that little slight clear coat. I'm going to smooth it all out and then shove it under the lamp. Now, some of the things that I said I was going to make in this video, like, didn't turn out, like, to be the way that I said I was going to make them. I ended up, like, coming up with different ideas as I go, so if you're looking for something in particular that I said at the beginning, some of them kind of, like, morphed into different things. But I am happy with the way all of the pieces turned out. And I'm excited to make more. I actually after I finished this video, I took and put all of the rest of the resin inside some bezels and cured them. So I have a whole bunch more of these to, like, just plain sitting downstairs waiting for me to add stuff to them. So I'm excited about that. I'm just showing you guys what I have left here. I've got some more closed bezels. We've got our black. Now this is the part where I start seeing that the black is see-through, and I don't know why it didn't show up in the other pieces. But what I did was I just added a little bit more of the mica powder to the mix, just to make sure it's nice and pigmented. I don't want it to be see-through. I don't want you to be able to see the back of the heart. Oh, sorry, I guess I added some black paint there. That's what made it, yeah. So I added some black paint to make it more pigmented, which is good. It worked out perfectly. It looks so much better after I do this. The only thing is I didn't quite mix it enough, so down at the very bottom of the heart you see like a little tiny bit of the back of the closed bezel, but that's okay. It's not that noticeable. I mean, this piece you guys will see was quite the struggle for me. But in the end, it did turn out looking kind of nice, so I'm happy with it. You see how much darker that is now that we added some of that paint to it? It looks so much better. To the lamp. I have the lamp just off screen. You guys know what a lamp looks like. You don't need to see it. You've seen it before on my channel. Now that it's cured, you are gonna see the struggle here, guys, okay? So I have these little tiny letters. They're like confetti letters. And these things went flying so many times. Like, they would go and I'm like, where are they? You see me here hunting for it right now. I don't even know where it went. And then look at this. Now I show you where it landed. this was across my desk and it landed right on top of it. It was my little paint palette that I got from Nerdy's kit. So yeah, I really struggled with this. Thank God we sped it up because I just, it kept sticking to the thing, and then this V was not in the right direction. I needed to flip it around. The lips that I end up putting on this one are they were so difficult to get off of the nail. It's like a little nail stickers, so I don't know if people out there that do nails have any tips for me, but those nail stickers are so hard to use. So I obviously cut out a lot of time in this video of me struggling to get those dang lips off of the card. I was like, at one point I was like, I'll take anything. I was like, I don't care if it's the handprint or like just a blood splatter. I was like, I don't care. Just give me something usable off of this card. And it's too bad because they were so cute and I was so excited to use them, and I just like, it was so difficult. Yeah, see that end just flew into the cup that had the white in it. Why? Why are you flying that far? Oh, I was so struggly, you guys. I'm telling you. But honestly, it's one of my favorite pieces in the end. See how tedious it is? You have to be so careful. And in this part you can see the little bit of clear at the bottom there. That's so just short for the amount of time that it took me to get those lips off of there, but you guys don't need to see all that struggle. There's even like a little piece of blood splatter at the top that flipped over, and I'm just like, I don't even care. That can stay in there. I'll pick it off later. I was just so frustrated with them. Yeah, you can see me trying to get it off. I'm like, whatever, doesn't matter. Keep going, Diana. But flaws and all, I really did just enjoy this piece at the end. It looked good. I was happy with it. And there's our finished piece. Oh no, it's not finished yet, sorry guys. So there's our piece where I'm just finishing up the little bits and pieces, and then we're gonna put it under the lamp again to finish it off. And in these two little closed bezels here, this is the main difference. Is I was going to make those earrings with the little aliens, but and they were going to be just like the ones that I made before with the moons on them, but this time at the end of it I decided I was going to do this, and I think they turned out perfectly. I have a lot of these little teeny tiny ones, so it should be fun to work with them. Get a whole bunch of little sets of earrings with them, and I think that this is one of my favorite ways to use resin, is to make these little charms and things. I just love how creative you can get with them, and you can just work away at it, find all kinds of different little things that you can put inside. Under the lamp they are going. And here's our finished Be Mine. Look at how shiny and pretty it is. Like, it just turned out wonderful, I think. And I tried to get that little piece off the top. It's really not going to come. I mean, maybe if I use my sharp pointy thing, I might be able to get a little bit of it off, but yeah. It really is not that bad. It looks good. Happy with it for the struggle that I went through. Worth it in the end. I'm just kind of like figuring out what I'm gonna do with these last couple of pieces. I did make that heart into another, like I used a red in it again, and then I just kind of put it off to the side because I decided not to make something with it. We'll use it later. I have a lot of pieces here, so. Now at this point I'm thinking about putting that, that little flower in there. So yeah, I'm going to use the red resin and fill that up, and I'm going to try to get that little black flower in there. I actually found that they soaked up a lot of the resin, so if you had to leave it like for a couple of minutes before putting it in the under the lamp, it would soak up a lot of the resin. You'd have to top it back off again. So that happened later on when I was trying to make some like matching earrings to go with it. And they were sitting in wait for the lamp, and they just never, I had to keep topping them up with that red resin. So there's our finished little earrings there, and I'm gonna get the embellishments that I want to put on them, which is the little alien confetti that I have. Alien head confetti, it's one of my favorites. There we go, first one. Oop. Oh, I guess I didn't show the second one being made, but that's fine. You'll see the finished pieces, you got the idea. This is me filling up that red heart that never gets used for anything. But I skipped over the first filling of the first red heart, so here we go, now you're getting to see it. Missed out on nothing. This one was pigmented so well, it looks really good. The key with using paint with your resin is to make sure you don't use too much. I only use a little squirt of the paint in there. If you have too much, it will never cure. So here's a little recap of the things that we have here. And there's our little earrings with their clear coat and all, looking so cute. Love it. There's our flower, all stuck in place. And that's it, guys. I think that's everything that we did for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, let me know what you guys want to see. Like, I have lots more ideas. I just don't know what, how to get the views, you know, because I'm not getting a whole lot of views. So let me know what you want to see. Like, I have more paranormal, I have more gothic stuff, I have more, I'm going to be doing some more hauls. Those are my favorite. I love hauls. And yeah, so just let me know, you guys, like what you love to see. I can do more coloring. I also am looking at maybe some diamond painting, possibly some paint by number type things, like just, I don't know, maybe doing some live feeds just for something to do, something different. Anyways, cheers, you guys. Have a great weekend. Everyone take care. Love yous. Bye.